All right, so we've got some big information coming out of the dev talk for Once Human. We're going to be talking about all of the changes that are coming, including some honorable mentions, permanent servers, changes to the blueprint conversion systems, the stellar stairway, and also a new PvE scenario. So yeah, let's hop right into it. This is going to be one of my longer videos, so strap in and let's get started. All right, so we're covering everything that was talked about in the developer talk, starting with permanent servers, which is planned for March 13th. Currently, servers automatically close after the scenario settlement ends, following which your character will usually be sent to Eternalland, where you can sign up for a new scenario. Regarding this, they've consistently received the following feedback. Some players cannot experience all of a scenario's content due to the limited duration. Returning players cannot resume their progress due to server closures. Some players prefer to continue playing the same scenario rather than starting a new one or returning to Eternalland. To allow you to experience scenarios at your own pace, they plan to introduce these permanent servers that are coming on March 13th, which I'm kind of excited to see how this goes, and I don't really know what's going to happen after that. I mean, are we going to need servers exit tickets anymore? How's that going to go? I really don't know how all this is going to play out, but hopefully it goes well. They do mention here that the servers will be merged after conversion to permanent status. So servers of the same scenario type and vision and will status will be merged. Each server will be merged into a single world on the permanent server. After the merge, you can switch between worlds to interact with players from other servers. Subsequently, worlds with relatively low activity levels may be merged to ensure a good experience. Permanent servers will be kept in their original state. Updates and changes that only be applied to new servers will not affect permanent servers. These changes include major scenario changes, such as new regions, modifications to existing regions, or addition/removal of the public crisis events. New memetics and changes to memetic specializations, changes to the season goals, season challenges, map changes, new map modes based on seasonal phases. There's a lot of stuff here that ultimately will not be coming to permanent servers. Now, this could be a good or bad thing, because if they don't put new content on the permanent servers, you're going to get bored really fast, and I'm not sure how that's going to really play out. So any of the changes for the vision and wheel obviously won't affect permanent servers. New content not exclusive to new servers will be applied to permanent servers, including construction optimizations, including new building materials and components, changes, optimizations, and additions to the ranching and farming systems, weapon balance adjustments, new cosmetic and events, bug fixes and optimizations, and in future updates, they will specifically indicate whether or not new content will be applied to the permanent servers, which is a good thing. I'm glad they're going to let us know, but for the time being, it looks like permanent servers will be untouched whenever the new content is rolling out, like new regions or maybe new parts of the map. It will look like you will need to play one of the new servers that will be still coming out. So I guess there will still be a reason for the exit card. Now moving on to the new PvE scenario, which they're calling the Endless Dream. It says here, banish the nightmares and guard the dawn. This year, they will introduce a new scenario called the Endless Dream in an ever-shifting dreamscape. You must hunt down the original entity behind the nightmares and awaken the world from its terrible slumber. The scenario features are a fully accessible map. You'll be able to explore every region from Broken Delta to Ember Strand right from the start. They're going to have dynamic environmental effects. The dreamscape's challenges will constantly evolve in response to your actions. There's going to be greater freedom. You'll be able to use construction mode outside of your territory and creatively utilize facilities to your advantage. There's going to be a flexible pace. Explorable regions will no longer be restricted by seasonal phase, and seasonal phases will advance based on players' progress in hunting the original entity. This is huge because I hate being locked behind the phases and having to wait to unlock something in my memetic. Salvation or destruction, the fate of the world hinges on the collective efforts of all players, so it sounds like we're going to have to work together as a server. The scenario's concept is that when the sleeper manifests, its influence will warp the surrounding wilderness into a dreamscape full of unpredictable changes. You might find yourself engulfed in a darkness or afflicted with a strange vulnerability. You might become unusually weak, flammable, or even explosive. That sounds actually wild. That's going to be interesting. The dreamscape will also transform deviants and resources within the world, changing how players interact with or battle against them. We hope these changes will bring a variety of combinatory changes to exploration and combat, ensuring that every area and play session offers new and unexpected experiences. They say to stay tuned for more official announcements and information on that. There's a lot more to come, I assume, as well as previews in the future. But going forward, coming up on March 27th, we have this cross-character asset sharing, which a lot of people have been really looking forward to. A lot of people have been asking about this, and well, here it is. Let's talk about it. What they say here is Once Human is an open world survival and crafting game designed to allow players to experience various scenarios without restrictions. Currently, however, assets are tied to character level, creating a significant barrier to players who want to create new character or try new scenarios or play with friends. To address this, we plan to introduce cross-character asset sharing on March 27th. This feature will allow more resources to be shared and transferred across all characters on the same account, giving you greater freedom to play the way you want. This is actually a pretty good thing. Personally, I've never had a reason to make a new character, but I know a lot of people have told me they have multiple characters, and in some cases 3 or 4 characters on the same server, which is a little weird. And this could propel that forward, and we're just going to see a lot more alts now. I'm not sure. I don't know how they plan on battling that, so we'll see how this goes. One of my favorite things in this game is building, and there's a lot of changes to the construction system coming, and I'm very excited about this. So planned on March 27th, which I can't get here quick enough because this is huge, intuitive power management. Now, this is in response to player feedback about the complexity of connecting generators, and I guess a lot of people had a lot of difficulty just connecting wires. So, here we are. Now you got to do is put a generator down and your base has power. It says here that the automatic power connection will be a generator in your territory and will allow you to automatically connect and form electrical network by default, eliminating the need to manually lay cables. Wow, really got lazy, didn't we? Visualize power consumption data. In the construction mode, you can view the total and current power consumption in real time. You can also monitor the power usage distribution on the generator screen. So that sounds pretty interesting. I'm kind of excited to see what happens, but overall, it's going to be cool. Water and production management. Now, if you've played Once Human for any bit of time, at least over 20-30 hours of gameplay, you know that the water pumps, they suck, and they usually don't pull up what you want them to pull up. And yeah, now you'll be able to decide what comes out of the ground. Thankfully, you'll be able to choose what resource you would like for the water pump to bring up. Same with the water, the rain collector. This is long requested. Like I was asking for this on like day 1, so super excited to see that it's coming. And another one that we're gonna get to it here in a minute, but mind blowing. Even if this was the only thing they changed about Once Human, it would make me come back. So let's talk about this. The water pump and rain collection system will allow you to select their outputs. Available outputs are dependent on the resources of the current region. So yes, you do need to be in a certain area. The water filter and brewing barrel will also allow you to choose their outputs, making it easier for you to manage your territory's production line. There's going to be automated liquid transport. Impure acid and barreled crude oil can now be transported using water pipes. Ladies and gentlemen, if that was the only change they were putting in this patch, I would come back for that. Because why that wasn't a thing, I don't know. But now we can finally have an automated acid farm. Thank God. Some redundant connections will also be removed. There will be an offline output. An offline output will be automatically calculated based on your offline time, resolving the issue of production stagnation while offline. With the territory relocation, we've had a lot of issues, moving our bases sometimes. Sometimes there's a tree in the way, sometimes there's rocks in the way. Well, ladies and gentlemen, in response to your feedback regarding terrain glitches during relocation, the limited variety of building parts, they're going to be focused on improving the freedom and mistake tolerance during construction time. So smart terrain adaptation is coming. The The experience of relocating your territory to locations with significant terrain variations will be improved. Trees and rocks within the target location will also be cleared automatically, removing the need for like tedious manual clearance. More creative construction options, which is huge. New building parts, including mirrored stairs, that's a big one, ladies and gentlemen, and half height fences, which those will be added. Now, this seems to be all coming, from what I can tell, on March 27th. Lots happening in March, guys. I mean, once humans evolving, and I'm here for it, you know, like super excited for these changes. Let me know in the comments what you guys think about all these changes. I know that this is big W's for the players of Once Human. And we can only go up from here, right? Like these are some things that we've really been asking for. I'm glad they're finally going to be giving it to us. I'm excited to see how the permanent server stuff plays out. I'm excited to see how, you know, cross character asset sharing really works out, if we're going to see a bunch of alts. Other than that, guys, if y'all like the video, make sure to like, share, and follow. I post Once Human content all the time. So until next time, I'll see you in the next video.